millions to be made there, to be carved out and be taken. The capitalist European and North American powers have carved out and taken the timber, the bauxite. They have taken out of these countries. These countries are not underdeveloped. They're overexploited. They're overexploited. They're overexploited.
Good evening, viewers, and welcome back to the Lall Show, which you are listening to on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. I am Suan Wickham, your moderator for tonight's program, and here with me is none other than Mr. Lall himself, who said that he is ready to go, and a few others in studio. We are happy to be back here with you guys for another informative session, and I trust that you will listen attentively and take away something from what is said. Before we head into the program, I'd like to remind you that if you want to call in and ask a question, you can do so on 226-7453 or 226-7454. Or you can send us a WhatsApp message and even call on 622-2222. Now, Mr. Lall, what do you have for the people?
Suan, thank you. Suan, you ever heard the story about Jim Jones?
Yes.
Yeah? Yes. Is he dead?
Very much so.
No. I don't think he's dead. Because I am seeing Jim Jones in Guyana. Yes. Jim Jones is in town. It's now history. Kool-Aid and guns were responsible for the death of 914 lives on the 18th of November 1978 in a place called Jonestown, right here in this country. Since then, the term "don't drink the Kool-Aid" has become a popular saying about swallowing a dangerous idea wholesale without questioning where it came from. ExxonMobil has become the new Jim Jones in Guyana. They are giving our leaders a similar Kool-Aid to drink. That Kool-Aid is not taking lives. It's putting you in a deep sleep or get your basadi. They are not in their right senses when they drink that Kool-Aid, our leaders. They are not. They are in a basidi state of mind, not with what is taking place here in this land. Oh, Guyana, oh, please, don't drink that Kool-Aid. You may fall in a coma. So stay awake. Listen to me, as I would put you to sleep, where you will wake up each day, every day, to fight for your rightful share of wealth in this land. Stay awake, brothers and sisters. Too much is happening. Too much is going on. And my heart is bleeding. My soul is crying out for help as they fleecing Guyana. And that continuing to happening unabated, unending, never ending. It's unstoppable. I don't even have the strength to say good night from my heart to you people. I honestly don't. And that's the truth. I've been trying to be nice all day as I was putting together this topic, to smile, to be nice to people, but I just couldn't. Guys, today the Stabrook News on their front page reported that our GT mayor halted an illegal structure going up in Waterloo Street until permission is granted. It is a Guyanese who's building a house to shelter a family. I am not in any way, shape or form condoning illegality. People must abide by the laws of this country, and City Council has the right to stop any construction without permission. But in the Kaieteur News today, we reported on the front page too a story which says an illegal foreign ready-mix factory, a cement factory with ties to ExxonMobil, is moving full speed ahead in South Rheinveld. The Rheinveld residents have been bitterly complaining about this factory, which will have a terrible impact on their lives one way or the other. No permission was granted by the City Council. No authorization was granted by the Housing and the Environmental Protection Agency. So City Council went and served the foreigners a notice to halt that operation because it's an illegal construction going on. You know what the foreigners did in front of the officers? Brothers and sisters, please listen to this. They accepted the paper and tear it up in front of them. Basically, they are telling the officers, get the hell out of here. We are in control. We are the powers that be. Where you guys come from? Keep them paperwork for Guyanese. Y'all local people. Keep them in line, not us. Yes. Yes. The laws is for them. Guyana laws. The Guyana laws is for our people, not for them. They have a man named Ian Charles Jones. I don't know if he's Jim Jones' family. You see why I say Jim Jones is back? Yeah. The director, he is a director of the foreign company who did that in front of the officers. This same Jones is linked to ExxonMobil as a project manager for the construction of Exxon's headquarters in Ogle. Now you see what's going on? Yeah.
That's why the Kaieteur will come.
Yeah.
Large no play Exxon.
You guys see what's already happening in this land? Can you imagine one of us go in them country, disregard and disrespect officers of the law like that? Man, all of we would have been arrested and put in jail by now.
So fast,
If our Water Street resident had done that, he would have been promptly arrested and placed before the court. Yes. This is Guyana. Beautiful Guyana. Huh? Soon they will take over the whole country by hook or crook and not only infect us through those factories, but put us all out of business. Them even taking away the little local content which belongs to we, the local people. The oil money not enough. That 98% royalty and 50-50 profit sharing, not enough for them. We should have been the ones building that factory to supply the ready mix and blocks and cement casings for Exxon headquarters.
We're not qualified to make cement.
No, like we don't know how to make cement. You're right. Guyanese doesn't know how to make cement. Yeah. We should have been doing those kind of work. Like ready mix in Eccles, Tulsi Prasad ready mix, Puran Brothers, Home Designs in New Amsterdam, Cares Engineering, BK and all the other local ready mix factories. No, they can't get or they can't do those kind of work. Yes, foreigners extended their tentacles into we local market to put our local cement people out of business. And our leaders is sleeping with ExxonMobil and the Kool-Aid. Our local businesses that should have been putting $1 into Guyanese brothers and sisters' pocket, they're taken away. Soon, if we allow what is happening now, every single Guyanese will become slave workers for all the foreigners in all the sectors, because they will dominate the entire industry. Yes. Junior Sammy of Trinidad and Tobago, I am told, is setting up 1-2. It is already happening. Everything is for foreign people in this land. You guys remember the Russian story we carried the other day?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they just beat up our Guyanese brother in the camp. It is also happening in the Chinese sector, where they could beat you like an animal in the back dam.
In your own country.
In our own country, in the back dam. It is slavery all over again. That's where we are heading, brothers and sisters. Because they will be owning everything in this country. That is what the leaders is making us into right now. In every goddamn sector. Yes, they're building the headquarters for ExxonMobil. And we, the leaders, our leaders, them allowing that. The rent for the headquarters, when they done it, trust me, it will be more than 10 million US dollars a month from our oil money. You hear me? So they get the land at Ogle for next to nothing, which the coalition approved overnight. Now they're setting up ready mix factory. And you must know, everything is duty free for them. Every single thing comes in here duty free for them. When they finish with the entire project, it may very well run into 500 million American dollars. And that will include into our account as expenses. Then they will turn around and rent with the same building. Well, I don't know the rent, but it can be maybe a couple of 100 million a month. It's the exact thing happened with them floating ships out there. They patch it up, bring it, and say $750 million. Now we are paying not only the $750 million, but we are paying a rent on those floating ships. Guys, when the oil is done, they will catch some paku, sell it, pick up more millions, and walk out this country, pay no taxes, and disappear, leaving Guyana with the white elephants. It happened in many, many countries across this world. It's happening right now in Trinidad and Tobago. When the airport is open, fly over, spend a few days, you will see the white elephants that have been abandoned all over by the oil people that were there. Take note, brothers and sisters. Please take note. My heart is bleeding and my soul is crying out for help. That was not my topic tonight, but it adds to what I am about to tell you. These new Jim Jones are here to take every single thing down. Down to your short and pants. Y'all will be walking naked very soon if you don't open your eyes. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I don't have the love to say good night. It's difficult for me. But I will tell you good night due to manners. On top of all of that, we don't know if these foreigners have work permit to come here to work, much less to own and set up cement factories. Can you go and do that in any country? Guys, can you go do that in any country?
We don't know.
Hell no.
You get a one-way ticket back again.
Exactly, you will get a one-way ticket back. You can't even get a damn visa to go to the country, much less work or set up a business. You know, you got Nabi and Sons, Danisha and Sons, H. Nath and Sons, Jagmohan and Sons, Courtney Ben and Sons, and all them other construction companies will become Krabby and Sons in this land. Yes, they will become Krabby and Sons in this land because the foreigners will take over the construction business too. Mark my words, Guyana. Listen to me carefully. You will walk the streets without short and pants very soon if we don't open our eyes as to what is happening in this country. You ever hear or you ever got a neighbor who always tormenting you day in, day out, year go year come, playing the music loudly in the day, throwing slang at you and you picnic them, pelting the garbage over in your house every day. And when you complain, there's a set of costs you just be getting? Yes. Yes. You just meet at a tipping point where you just can't take it anymore. And you just let go and give them what you got. You just turn around and tell yourself what comes to do. Not true, man?
Yes.
Yes. You just let go and let them get it because you ain't able with retirement anymore. Yes. Well, I have reached and I have seen the torment these leaders of this country has been doing to us for the last 30 years. And I can't take it anymore. I just can't take it anymore. 27 years in this media business. I have seen it. I have smelled it. I dream it. I live it. And change must come. This wholesale thievery of Guyana got to stop. I can't breathe. I just can't breathe. I can't smile. I can't laugh. And my heart is bleeding. George Floyd said, I can't breathe. And I am beginning to feel just like that man. I too I too can't breathe, can't take it anymore. No. Jim Jones is back in this country. I hope you guys are listening. I hope you're hearing me. My heart is bleeding and my soul is crying. It's too much. Guys, I did not speak to the vice president when he was president, and many of the PPP politicians for over 15 years for what they were doing to this country. I did not speak to many of the coalition leaders throughout their 5 years because they went in and continued the same thing the PPP was doing to this nation. All of us. Although they promised to be different. I have never even went to one of their functions. The PPP, the PNC, or the AFC. Because I would have exploded and embarrassed myself. I do sometimes when I see them around the place. I just can't help it. It's not within me to smile with them, knowing what they're doing to me and all of you out there, including these people in this office here tonight. I just can't do it. Just can't do it. Sometimes I don't even want to say morning or good afternoon or hello to some of them when I see them. Guys, Guyana, brothers and sisters, this country belongs to we. It belongs to all of us and not to ExxonMobil, the oil companies, those foreigners, or our leaders. Guys, please, I beg you, cement that in your heads. And we have to let them know we will not allow them to continue doing business the way they are doing it. We must demand our fair share of our resources. Let me prove to you how our leaders are allowing the foreigners to steal and fetch out our wealth, while President Ali running to outside banks for loans to pay public servants, pensioners, and feed us. Man, you got to be backward. You got to be backward for doing things like this. You have a backyard full of fruits and vegetables, allowing your neighbor to fetch it away every day, and you turn around to go and beg other neighbors for fruits and vegetables to feed your family? Hey guys? That's how simple I can make it for you guys to understand. Give away your nice table food and begging outsiders for pulauri and chicken foot to eat and to share with your family. What kind of freaking business that is? No. That's the kind of business the PPP, the PNC and the AFC doing in this land. Please stay tuned. Don't sleep away on me, man. I seen some of you through this radio, y'all nodding. Don't do that to me. Keith Rowley, the Trinidad and Tobago Prime Minister, recently said They were losing billions of US dollars through their fingers while the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago were sleeping at the wheel. Not Glenn said that. The Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago says that. Guys, is the exact thing happening here right now with Guyana. Our leaders are sleeping at the wheels, and some of you too. Please don't knock me for saying that. Y'all sleeping too. That's why I'm here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to keep you alive, to keep you awake. So don't knock me for that. You guys are sleeping. Friday, I spoke how them using every avenue, every trick in the books to rape, torture, and rob every one of us with our wealth. Through airline tickets, trucking services, helicopter flights, rentals on boats, houses, lands, tools, vehicles, and many, many, many other things. This is just the tip of the iceberg, Guyana. But they add up to hundreds of millions of American dollars in a jiffy. And we, me and you, have to foot that bill through our profit oil. Let me continue on the same path of what they're doing to all of us. I must tell you, I made a terrible mistake Friday when I said how they were paying 50,000 US dollars a month for renting one of them supply boats out there. I am terribly sorry for making that mistake. Sorry. Guys, you take your blood pressure tablet yet? Because what I'm going to reveal, you would need it. Tell me when you're ready. You're ready. The real cost for renting one of those boats out there, I am told, is 25,000 American dollars a day. Let me repeat it, man. 25,000 American dollars a day, not 50,000 a month. You hear that, guys? Yes, it's 25,000 US dollar a day.
So I was right.
Yes.
They can't pay the captain 300,000 US
Yes.
a year to.
We are paying this every day, whether these boats work or do not work. If it's broken or park up, you still paying 25,000 American dollars a day. I wish my mama and my dada was here. I need them. The things going on here, I just can't take it. 25,000 American dollars for a boat, work or no work, guys, is more than, it's utter disgusting, sickening, and downright thievery. Guyana, guys, is the supply boats I'm talking about that is fetching the pipes, the cement, the mud, the chemicals, the food stuff, and so on. What they also knocking you on. You know when I mean knocking, right? What they're robbing us on. If you don't understand knocking. 30 days and 30 boats by $25,000 a day, brothers and sisters. If you do the maths, is 22,500,000 American dollar every month in rental alone. Those boats have been working out there years now. The bills we already receive Guyana could have bought 60 boats and have it today. Do the maths. That is very simple, man. Ask your 5-year-old or your 9-year-old. They can do the maths and tell you the figure. It's 270 million American dollars a year. You buy 60 boats. Guyanese, they buy 60 boats. They could have pay for it and own it by now. Instead, who own it? Check and see. No Guyanese. This is how them looting Guyana and we leaders sipping them Kool-Aid. ExxonMobil Kool-Aid. Pure looting going on in this land. Guys, who's checking these expenses? Who is authorizing these figures for the renting of them boats and renting of all these things? Ask your leaders. Ask them what kind of crab dog business this is or that is. What a way to go, man. Go, Guyana, go. Go. Take it, guys. Y'all take it. Y'all remember what the Vice President said? Pump it, man. Pump it. Pump it, baby. Pump it. Yeah, pump it quick. Ali will wake up and everything will disappear in this land. Even Jagdeo will disappear with it. This is the reason. This is the reason why none of them can come on radio and hold up press conferences and face the press. You guys reading through the line? Yes. They know what they have done to this country already. All of them. This is why they are so silent. This is why they are not even coming out. Yes. Keep it going, guys. Keep it going. Keep it going with them prices that. Come next year, you will be borrowing 200 million to feed and pay pension and pay salaries, not 100. Yeah. You guys know we got $100 million we borrow, paying interest on it for the 2021 budget to feed us? Yes. That's in the budget. Giving away billions and borrowing to eat. You remember the story, the neighbor story I tell you with the fruits and vegetables? Yes. That's the kind of monkey and Kool-Aid business we're running in this country. President Ali, Mr. Granger, Mr. Jagdeo, Mr. Ashni Singh, Mr. Harmon, Mr. Patterson, Mr. Trotman, Greenidge and Jordan, all of them giving away we money like that and continue to run to bank for loans to pay salary and feed us. That's their business mentality. You see why the public servants can't get an increase in this land? And you will never get one. If this don't stop, if this crab dog business doesn't stop, if this monkey business y'all going on with, your leaders going on with, don't stop, trust me. Trust me. Your salaries will remain the same. So you gotta open your mouth. You gotta open your mouth and tell them financial gurus to wake up. Stop running the country's business like this. Guys, I told you do the maths. And you will see, on them copper boats alone, the money we lose on that. That humongous and unreasonable rent we pay and continuing to pay. If we had that money saved, just last year alone, we didn't have to take loan and pay interest to for pay them old people. No, we would never do that. That money is about a quarter of this year budget that we give away there through that one deal loan, renting of boats alone. Alone. That we were being screwed with. Total the plane money were flying out every day. The helicopters, the trucking service, the rentals of land, the housing, the buildings, and you will find out that the money we're losing there, our budget could have been double. And every citizen should have their salary double by now. The old people pension money not should have been double, it should have been triple. Yes, these are the so-called world famous, self-promoted financial gurus we have running this land. If we are being screwed in that manner, with those things I said there, imagine what they're doing to us with the oil out there. The amount they're fetching out, the amount them said are using, man, I got to do 1 trillion stories on that alone. Like I said, if we are being screwed here with these small things, what's happening with the big picture? Guys, just take a moment and think about that. Anybody wants to join me and let's put some boats out there? Let me hear you.
Yes.
Yes, you want to join me? Yes. I am pretty sure I am hearing many yeses out there too. But you better save your little money, because you will never get them to rent ours. Them want every single cent out there out of our oil money for themselves. And who is in bed with them? Yes, our leaders are in bed with them. The same thing they're doing with the boats, they're doing with the airlines, the helicopters, the trucks, now ready mix, cement factory, and many more to come. I'll speaking on them. Man, it's every single thing these people want just for themselves. That's how greedy and selfish they are. This is the way they behaved and operated all over the world. That left many countries owing the oil companies, because they raped and robbed the country of every single thing. The same way they're beginning to do it here. The people barely get the dribblings, and that is what they're surviving with right now. Look around. Look at Nigeria, Angola, Chad, Ghana, and many others. Them owe oil companies, including Jim Jones here, billions of dollars. And all those countries are left worse off before the production of oil in the country. Nigeria is one of them with the most debts. They had to reimburse oil companies, including ExxonMobil, Royal Dutch Shell, $3 billion to clear operating expenses, arrears owed since 2010. You hear me clearly? They owe the people them operational costs. All these bills that we are talking about is considered operational costs. I bring it to show you guys. The payment is being settled through a 5-year crude oil sales deal agreed in 2016. Hear that? 2010, in 2016 they was to settle it. While a majority has been paid in August last year, they still owe 1.7 billion. You hear me? Exxon has got 2.3 billion, clearing all dues, and Shell has received 455 million, but still owe $917 million. You see what I tell you? When you're done with these expenses, you end up owing these people. They also owe many other oil companies like Total, Chevron, Eni. The one country alone. Yeah. Read through the line, brothers and sisters. Listen carefully what I'm saying. That is where Guyana will end up, just like all of them, if y'all don't stop sleeping and open your eyes and your mouths to what is taking place here. What happening with the ready mix factory by the foreigners? Yes. The hotel industry coming, and they are coming in droves. Let me repeat. What's going on with this ready mix factory that is setting down there with the foreigners? The hotel industry is coming. Then they are coming in droves. Some of the biggest names in the world are on their way. Yes, man. They're coming here.
Coming for what?
Coming for what is a beautiful question. What our President Afanali said? Massive infrastructure. Guyana is going to turn up Dubai overnight.
Who benefiting?
Yeah, man.
Who's benefiting?
Yes, you're going to turn, we're going to have skyscraper and so on. Is he and the rest of the leaders been saying so? Not Glenn Lall. Yeah. But who will benefit?
Them, the leaders are
Not Guyana.
of course.
No. Them ain't coming for benefit you or me. You hear me? When they're done with we going to still be struggling for put biscuit in we children lunch kit. Yep. Some of you can't even buy milk for your picnic. No. Y'all going to become high-end slaves too. In the same country. Mark my words. And anyone y'all could prove me wrong, I am here to take your telephone calls. Or if you want to come in, please come in. Like I said, I have seen it. I have seen it all over the world. Just Google these things, man. Get your children, if you don't understand how to use the internet, and Google it. Beg them to help you out. Just in case you can't read or write. Yes. The honey is right here. The hotel's coming. Yeah, man. And guess what? Our leaders are lining up to give them concessions. Concessions galore. They would not be paying for the materials. They will not be allowed, they will be allowed to import anything and everything duty free. And the taxes, they will pay nothing. Not a single taxes in this country. Yep. Not a single taxes. They will be allowed to pay in this country. They will make trillions and don't pay 1 single cent taxes in this country. Is our local hotels, guys, is our local hotels given that same break, that same opportunity? No. Our hotels, our stores, our service providers, our pharmacy, groceries, newspaper, television, radio stations, all have to pay their fair share of taxes in this land. But the opposite is given to these foreign people who are coming in here. Trust me. Trust me, guys. Even the cleaners, the security guards, the cane cutters, all of them got to pay their fair share of taxes. But all those foreigners pays nothing whatsoever in this country. And that's in all the contracts. Every single contract. Exxon pays no taxes. Their contractors pay no taxes. Their subcontractors pays nothing. Their workers pays nothing in this country. And everything they bring in is duty free. Guys, when them hotels done with we, through our oil money, you will be sucking the honey from the honey. Every one of us will be sucking the honey from the honey. This business, this hotel industry will not sodomize Guyana alone. It will sodomize all of us too. Wait, watch and see. What the leader saying? Yes, massive transformation. Guyana going to turn into what? Which country? Dubai? Dubai overnight. Yes, with all the skyscrapers. The locals ain't got nothing to get. Guys, but those hotels are coming here, and you have to keep your eyes wide open, because they're coming here to rob us blindly, not by the millions. Not by the millions. Let me explain. A hotel room, $600 a night. Right now, today I spoke to the Marriott, and their room rate is between $400 and $500 American dollars per night. You see when them big ones come here? Trust me. It's $1,000 per night. ExxonMobil will be paying for their guests there. Yes. Let's do the maths in advance. For a 250 room hotel, and 250 is small, they're not coming with 250. But I'm going to just use 250 rooms hotel. At $1,000 is $250,000 a night. That is $250,000 American dollars a day. 1 year is 90 million American dollars. How much coming? Is how much hotels coming?
How much one the hotels cost?
No, how much is them coming?
You said 8 to 10.
8 to 10.
8 to 10. 8 to 10 hotels coming. 90 million American dollars.
By 10.
Let me just use 5. Let me go use half. Let's stick to that. 5. The 5 alone is 450 million American dollars a year. That's a third of our yearly budget. them walking out, paying not a single cent. You hear what I'm saying? Walking out this land every year with 450 million American dollars every year. And that's only half I do there. 5, and I use 10. What Guyana getting? What? I didn't hear you. What did you say? You say something?
Nothing.
You say nothing. Yes.
Yes.
Here what we getting? We getting the tips, the maid work, the cleaning work, the security guards, the bus boy, and waiters, waitresses. Yes. And it's you, your own self, paying your own self through your own oil money. But you're paying yourself the maid work and collecting the tips.
You pay yourself the cents.
Yes. No, you collecting the tips from your own pocket. That is what is going on here. This is what we leaders settle for, Guyana. Brothers and sisters. This is Dubai they're talking about. And you, who got one little hotel around this place, were barely scraping a couple Guyana dollar, got to pay 25% taxes to help pay them poor public servant salaries, including them old people pension. Pay them nurses, them policemen, them soldiers, GPL workers, GWI employees, and all them ministry staff and so on. We local people, with them local little hotel, were scraping little money, got to turn back and pay 25% taxes. And the people who bring the hotels them here is walking away tax free. Man, what really going on in this land, man? Can somebody tell me something?
It's not our country.
Huh?
It doesn't make sense.
Huh?
It's not our country. The country belongs to the foreign.
This is, you see, this is why I tell you I need my mama and dada here to help me. Because I just can't breathe sometimes when you think about these things. Where is the financial gurus, Guyana? Tell them to come. Tell them to come and dispute what I'm saying here. Any one of them. We are in trouble, guys. We are in great danger, guys. Disaster awaits us all. Our children, plus our great-grandchildren. Come on, man. No. We cannot allow these people to fetch out our wealth in this fashion or this manner. It's our money. And you see who fetching it out? You see who fetching out our gold? Our money, our bauxite, our timber, and the manner and fashion they're using to rake it in before they ship it out. You see that? You taking note, guys? And if some of you don't understand what I'm saying, call me on my phone and let me use the right language to explain what these leaders and these foreigners are doing to us and Guyana. I can't say the exact thing that I want to describe on this radio. I can't do that. But if you call me, I have the strength so that I can tell you. The hotels, the helicopter services, airline services, trucking services, rental of boats, housing services, cement factories. All of these things should be owned by our people, the Guyanese people.
Local content.
We should be the ones supplying all these services. This is local content, Guyana. That is what local content is all about. Mr. Ali, Mr. Harmon and others. Yes, that is local content. Where is the policy on to now? You know we don't have that local content policy on to now.
No.
It's all a show.
Maybe it's sleeping under the bed. Because it has been 6 years Guyana discovered oil. And we don't have a proper local content policy, man, that will prevent this type of skullduggery. We don't even have law to ensure that Guyana and the Guyanese people benefit first and foremost in front of any single foreigner. What's going on in this land, guys?
What about the local content commission?
What's happening? Guys, those things I spoke about, the things, all those things I spoke about, myself and the other staff have been writing many years now, trying to warn and educate you guys on. Guys, if this continue to happen and y'all stay quiet, you guys will be doing an injustice to your children and future generations. Please, please stop dreaming about a good life. A good life is not there if we don't get these things changed. You hear what I'm saying? We got to start focus on the bigger picture as to what is happening in this country. You guys have to stop this fighting we getting on with in this land about race, about party and religion, while the foreigners emptying Guyana in every single sector. Guys, we got to stop this thing. I am thirsty. Please, please, you have any telephone calls? Could I get some telephone calls? I need to hear them, man.
Remember, if you would like to call in, you can do so on 226-7454 or 226-7453.
I have a question. The tax concessions, do they apply to local contractors, or the concessions, do they only apply to the foreign subcontractors that Exxon is using?
They go for all the contractors with the contractors and subcontractors. But is the locals getting the jobs? No, they're not getting it.
So
Right?
no-
The contractors and the subcontractors, they're the only one that is entitled. But let's say you have 25 trucks or 10 boats, and you want to get in there. First, you have to get in. Is the getting in is the problem, right? But they're not allowing us. It's all for themselves
Dear people.
and their people.
Yeah.
So they're bringing in people from
All over the world.
all over, Holland, Israel, you name it, all over. They're coming to take over the industry. We are not given the opportunity. Of course, if you get in, yes, once you get in there and you work there, your taxes are tax-free, but you're not getting in there. I'm not too certain, but I think you have to pay. I know our brothers and sisters working out here, they have to pay
But we
taxes.
Guyanese, we have to pay our taxes, Glenn.
Yes.
But their workers, the
No.
foreigners, don't have
No,
to pay any
they don't have to pay no
taxes.
tax. No.
Guyanese have to pay taxes, but the foreigners don't.
Yeah.
You got a call? Take it.
Good evening. You're on to the Lall Show. Caller, good evening.
Yeah, I'm listening to the program right now.
Yes, go ahead.
Go
And
ahead.
it's a very important topic,
Thank you.
right? And I know you can't say certain things, but I really love the show that you have. Let the people them know what's going on,
Thank
right?
you.
And when you see I talk about these things, it's like it just upset me.
Yeah.
But yet again, what can we do about it? We can't do nothing.
We have to mobilize the people. Before you mobilize people, you have to educate them, my friend.
Uh-huh.
You have to. I've been saying this thing almost on every program. Education is key to one's development. When you understand what is playing on, that's the only way you can stand up and speak up and fight for what belongs to you. If you're ignorant, people will continue to take advantage on you. Look at many of the poor people. They are not educated people. You understand?
I understand.
But once
Yeah,
you
I understand
educate
what you're
them and you get them to understand, they will stand with you. And once they stand with you, and they don't stand with party or look at race or religion, then we can
Yeah.
bring about a change. Changes has happened all over the world with our companies.
Yeah, you have a good topic tonight, man. Keep up the work.
Thank you. You have any question?
That's about it. I'm
All
just
right.
listening at the radio going show.
Thank you. I just want to take the calls.
Yeah, you have a good topic tonight, man. Keep up the work. Thank you. You have any questions?
No.
That's about it.
Caller, please remember when you're calling in to turn on your radios. Caller, good evening. You want to begin?
Yes, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
I like the information that you're giving out, right? If it's true or what, right? But it's really interesting, it's mind-boggling. But what I want to know, right? In every country, or really this country, deal with it, because this is what's happening. This is reality. We deal with it here. That how come the people, or at least the parliamentarian, because those is the opposition, it is the government and the opposition. How nobody is saying nothing against, whether they're on the outside of the fence or the inside the fence, whether ruling or not. You know, these things are things that they should carry out in campaign for election. They'll, you know, they should talk about if these things going on, how everybody just sitting and going and doing this and digging out these people, digging out Guyana just ourselves, all the wealth.
Let me repeat this thing for the umpteenth time. Stay on the line. The first thing oil companies come and do in your country is that they line the pockets
of the parliamentarian.
Yes. Right? And then the second thing they do is create confusion and chaos. And while we fight among ourselves, they fetch out our resources.
These people in making the decision don't have no heart, you know, because when they done it, they say just to the population again is 100,000 is only 5,000 who is only the 5,000 who doing there, getting it everybody else got taking but nobody else.
Yeah.
What be very hard for black body?
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Good.
It's something to think about.
You have to ask them. They say
Greed is a terrible thing. Yeah. You know, just a point I want to make. Hold the call if the call come in. Right? Just a point I want to make. I talk about the hotels, but I didn't even touch, right? And this is something very important. I didn't even touch on the traveling expenses of these ExxonMobil executives and oil travelers. They're entitled to vacation and they can travel the world in business class. They could stay at the most fanciest hotel in this country, and whatever they spend, they could drink the dearest champagne and the most expensive whiskey, and all those bills filters down into Guyana, into our accounts, to which we have to pay that bill through our oil company. Go ahead.
the one Guyana airline, Trans Guyana,
they have the Beechcraft, the ExxonMobil rents the Beechcraft, and then they do a couple of flights to Barbados and Trinidad for ExxonMobil every week. They do a couple of flights. So that's the only local content Guyana is getting, but this our stuff, but that's very small. All the helicopters and everything, it's foreigners. The only thing is Trans-Guyana is getting a couple of Beechcraft flights a week for ExxonMobil. And like you said, it all comes, we are paying for it. So it's not like giving us money, it's our money, is just paying just a little bit to get it.
Exactly. Everything we are being paid for.
Mhm.
Everything we pay for. Yeah?
Good evening, you're on to the Gun Law Show. Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
Could Mr. Lall give his cell phone number and if is that his WhatsApp number at the same time?
624-6456.
Okay, you announce it when I come out of the line.
All right. 624-6456. The world have my number. If I don't respond to you right away, if I respond to you late, know that by phone I got too many things to worry about. Yeah.
We have another caller. Good evening. Good evening, you're on to the Gun Law Show.
The person cut off. I keep asking, who's checking these things?
In that regard, we have a question on the WhatsApp. Someone is asking if a commission of inquiry should be established to expose the lopsided oil deals signed under the previous government and accepted by the current one.
Well, you don't need a commission of inquiry. You need an international investigation into the oil into the oil saga. What is happening in this country is criminal to us, the citizen.
Definitely.
It's
Yeah.
capitalism.
Another caller. Good evening, you're on to the Gun Law Show.
No, there's no other concept of that in
Caller,
the
good evening.
Good evening, Mom.
Good evening.
May I only get the $15 in the credit, not that very fast. Like, I congratulate Mr. Graham. Now, what me know, I am a 57-year-old man. I born 1964, 19 November. On 1991, when an eligible big guy tell me about in the Jagan history during the colonial days with the Queen Elizabeth when I run. The Porter and Sugar Factory, when the Jagan tell the people them that pull along the chimney from the factory and kick out the white bastard them out. Because all the wealth, all the profit, all used to Ghana, England. So Jagan fought on day one. For this, what Mr. Green is talking about the profit and how.
Yep.
Jagan and Bonham were patriots.
Yeah. Yes, Cherry Jagan and Bonham were both patriots. At one time, I were told that they came here in the 1960s, and when they found oil, Mr. Bonham demanded
60%.
60%, 60-40. And the people said no. Bonham said, get out.
Right, so Granger come and give him 298. We take 2 and they give him 98.
Yeah, take the calls.
Good evening, you're on to the Gun Law Show.
A pleasant good evening to the panel.
Good evening.
Well, my contribution is, I called in a week ago as a young caller.
Talk to us.
Yeah, you already catch your voice. So there's it. I'll give you an example, well, based on tonight's program about the foreign companies and the skullduggery going on with jobs and so on. I'm going to give you, Mr. Glenn, I'm going to give you a juicy story. Here is it here. Let's see, it's a highly recognized beverage company. They currently employed a company to construct a multi-billion-dollar site. Right? Now, this company, I was employed for the past 7 months. Now, this is what this company decided to do. And they're full of swears. You know the word swear. Now, this is it here. You are employed with a company and you have to do certain things. They don't pay a tax, they don't pay NIS. Right? Secondly, you don't get your time and a half, you don't get your bonus, you don't get your double whatever. And they give you a word of mouth agreement.
Is that a local company?
Yes, our very own local company.
Yeah, but we're not here discussing local company, brother. That's between you and your local, you and the guy that's working. You got to deal with that separately, man. We're not dealing with that, man. Sorry, we're not dealing with that. Private companies, you guys got to work out your arrangements. You don't want to work with them for that, then, you move on. We're dealing here with foreigners who are taking away our bread from our mouth.
And not paying any taxes.
That is what you should worry about.
So if we don't deal with our own local
yeah, but this is not the forum for it, bro.
Foreign issues.
This is not the forum. I don't want to entertain these type of gaff. I want to tell you that Trinidad and Tobago had 38,000 employees in the oil and gas sector.
To check what's going on.
To check and to monitor every single cent. You hear me? We don't even have 8 people. Much as it 37,992.
Oh, I see where you're coming from.
This is what we gotta listen. If you get people to monitor these money,
you don't have to work.
You don't even have to work. You don't even have to complain that a brother ain't paying taxes and NIS for you.
But Mr. Glenn, who are the ones that are going to monitor the foreign companies?
This is what I'm saying. We have to put together a proper team.
Yeah, but if we can't manage our
listen to me, I know.
How can we manage the foreign companies who are more powerful and more influential?
Listen to me, brother. Listen. If we have to bring people, we have to spend money to make money. If you don't bring exports, you will not get anything. And that's how the capitalist country operates. That's how business operates. If you want the best, you got to pay the money.
Yeah, but Mr. Glenn, you cannot hire foreign exports to deal with foreign companies.
My friend, join me Wednesday.
It would not work.
Join me Wednesday. Join me Wednesday. Give somebody else. Please give somebody else another chance.
Can't deal with.
Join me Wednesday. And that same question you asked there, foreigners. I'll be speaking about foreigners coming back here. We need our own people. We have lots of Guyanese out there
with the expertise.
We got to bring them back. We are not going to go bring ExxonMobil people to come check the books for ExxonMobil. Thank you, though. Yeah, like I said, Trinidad at 38,000. Take the calls, and please, guys, when you call, let's deal with the topic.
Good evening. You're on to the Glenn Lall Show.
Good night.
Yes, sir.
Good night.
Glenn, now, I hear you speak about the road in Republic Park that you went to doing, right? Now, the question is this. If the people, individual, who are going on right in the eyesight, how could you get them to be visual in this big industry? Like, for instance, let me give you one. The Chinese are doing the road on the back road, and they're casting culvert out the concrete. And right in West Rhineveld, we're doing the bypass road, off of the back road onto the front road. The culvert, the cast in the plastic pipe, and the people have visual it. And look how long the project running, and they ain't questioning it like how you tell them, you question the road with it going on through by you. Now, if they're visual to these small things right in the eyesight, how you can get them to be visual after the big thing and start standing up to it?
Thank you. We have to stand up, brother. You see the same way you speak there, the same attitude you got to carry around the place, and in the same, if you're in a neighborhood and you see these things that's going wrong, you have to speak up. You have to. You there? Okay.
Yeah,
you got to speak up, bro. Is everything going wrong? So what do we do? I am trying to focus on the big issue here, where we can really become Dubai overnight. But we're not getting there. We will turn a Dubai for the Dubaians.
Good evening.
And not
You're on
we.
to the Glenn Lall Show.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening. You
Good
can go
evening.
ahead.
Yeah. You know something, Mr. Glenn, I can't understand this production cost that we are involved to pay. I have a little idea about mineral. Guyanese have claim in Guyana. My father is over 90 years now.
and he is in the Potaro River.
Give me. Come with the production cost.
I
Let's
could
go.
remember people coming and ask for position as his claim, and he give them position to prospect. If they don't find mineral, he don't involve in their cost if they bring 5 plane load of food or boat transportation costs.
Mm-hmm.
You see?
Mm-hmm.
Exxon come here to prospect for oil.
Mm-hmm.
If they find or say they don't find whatever money they invest, that is they lose it. If they find, I don't think it's right that we supposed to be involved in their costs.
All right, hold a second. Hold. Don't come out. The prospecting license that we signed in '99 allow ExxonMobil to recover the prospecting costs, pre-contract costs. That's what we signed. So we can't run away from it. None countries in the world did that. But I don't know what was going through the leaders' mind at the time, but they said, okay, hey, if we find you guys gonna reimburse us the costs. And at the time, even to now, hey, if you're broke and you're hungry and a man come and tell you that your backyard got gold and you want to check, if he find, you're gonna pay me back the little cost. If he doesn't find, you can walk away. Let's neither here nor there. Let's take that for as okay. But when you find it's your baby. You understand?
You
have to negotiate.
If it's a fair cost, it's a fair.
You understand?
That is it. When you find, then we negotiate. You can't bring them exorbitant costs. Look at this.
Yeah.
When the election was going on, then that's what I think.
Yeah.
Many big boys were taking foreigner to lobby for them.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should take foreigner to lobby for us to the Queen. Let the Queen of England know that what is taking place with poor Guyanese people. Look at the Amerindians, them. Nobody can benefit from these wealth that belongs to we.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's the same thing happening here. You know, stay on the line. Stay on the line.
Yeah.
When we received that 450 million pre-contract costs from 1999 to 2015, I wanted to drop dead. I could not believe that these people who just come with today's technology, boat around the place, couple times come here, couple plane, and give us 460 million American dollars.
$500 million.
And then it didn't finish from there. It moved on from then up to 2016. We're almost. It went to 960, and now it's over $1 billion. I am like, oh my! When we will ever see $1 billion just on pre-contract costs alone? I don't know when we'll ever get that. This is why tonight's program I focused on cost. Pre-contract cost is $1 billion. In another 4 years we might not reach $1 billion American dollars, and that's only pre-contract. When are we going to start paying the 20 billion on the 3 FPSO and the other 10 that coming? The entire oil, not only in the Starbuck block, but the entire Guyana oil will disappear. Our gold will go on, and we will still owe ExxonMobil and them oil companies.
Well, look at this, Mr. Glenn. All these information you are giving us.
Yeah.
I personally went in the dark. I had no knowledge about this. But what I am seeing from all these information, doom for us all in Guyana.
Yeah, but we can change it. We can change it. We have to change it. And let me say this, and I'll say it again. We have to thank God and thank David Granger for releasing this contract.
Yeah, but if it would change, it can't change when they're done drought 3/4.
But we can't wait too long.
This is why we can't. I agree with you. We can't wait too long, right? And we can't allow them. We cannot allow them to in-depth
We
us.
own brothers them who are the top telling them pump it quick, pump it man,
Yeah,
dry
exactly.
it quick.
We have to stop them.
Well, that's a good point you raised there, and it's very frightening because if we sign on to this 10 FPSO, that will be
In 10 years,
that will be the disaster for Guyana.
In 10 years, all done.
Because you're talking not only you're talking about $100 million American dollars. I want to challenge any one of them, ExxonMobil or any one of the oil companies. Show us, put it in writing and tell us that Guyana will ever see 50 billion American dollars in the Starbuck block.
And look, this
Never,
makes me
impossible.
remember when I was a young
They want to
boy.
take it all
Some
out.
We're more
men,
likely
some
to see
men
50
going
billion
into
a
my
year.
father's claim and read it. And this exactly is what happening.
Yes.
They're raiding the claim. And I see this is what exactly is happening in Guyana here with this isle.
Exactly. We gotta wake up, and we gotta wake up fast.
We the people
Okay,
can stop
thank
it.
you.
You're welcome, because many countries, you see, Trinidad took 70 years. Many countries didn't even see oil finish, and the people didn't even see the contract. You know, this is why and when they realize, when I do get to see it 40, 50 years later, they kick up a stink and they brought about a change. But it was something, but it was too late.
It's too late.
With today's technology, we don't have time to wait 20, 30 years to start. We got to begin to understand quickly what's happening, because before you know it, it's gone.
It's all gone.
Yeah, it's disappeared. Yeah?
Yep.
You got any more?
None right now.
I wanted to ask
Yeah,
a question
ask- go ahead.
about the expenses. How could we see the expenses? So like if they take a year and their expenses for that year amount to 10 billion, just saying. When do we get the bill for the 10 billion to be able to break down and say, this is rental costs, this is what? When could we see that?
Well, we
If
have
it's
been
possible.
asking. We have been asking to see those bills, but we have not been getting it. We have not been getting any information whatsoever from these leaders of this land. So, like, we are in the dark, and this is what people need to understand. We are getting bills. We are paying for these bills, right? Because it's 75% of production costs comes out of the Exxon cost comes out from profit oil,
Yes.
right? So let me just explain that. If they bring up 100 barrel per year, 75 barrel goes for those type of costs, and the 25 that left,
12 and a half goes to them too.
12 and a half go to them, 12 and a half come to us.
So it's
Yeah.
87 and a half goes to them and 12 and a half go to us.
Yes. So you see what's going on?
Everything is going to be
So
calculated.
basically they pick 100 mango,
90% goes to them
Yeah.
and 10% goes to them.
75 mango come out and gone for them.
Plus the 12
For the
and a half-
cost,
12
for the ladder and all these
12
things.
and a half
Isn't that crazy?
And the 30 mango will left for we no good.
No, the
That's 25.
25. No,
25. We only get half of the 25.
No, we get 25 out of the half.
Half of the 25.
That's the kind, this is the real monkey business.
So who does oil really belong to? It really belongs to ExxonMobil, and they're giving us only 12%. It doesn't belong to us, guys.
Exactly. The oil out there belong to the oil players.
Right.
They're just throwing a dribbling at us.
Right.
Take it and shut up. That's what is going on.
Yeah, that's how they operate.
That is what our leaders did to us.
Yes.
Because
exactly.
Suriname leaders didn't do that to them. Surinamese are getting a fair share of their oil. Right? We have to get our leaders
Yes,
to change
it's a
it.
lot going on, man.
Right?
That's it?
Yes, I believe so.
All right. Let me just tell the guys. I still can't say good night, guys. Let me
It's not a
repeat.
good night. We don't have a good night.
We are the people. We, the Guyanese people, should be given the first opportunity to jump on board and own all those things I spoke about. I refuse to hear that our people can't do it. We can do it. We can do everything and anything once you, the leaders, prepare a level playing field and provide the necessary support to our local people, our local business, the same way you guys giving and doing for the foreigners. Tonight, as I close, Let me give our leaders the benefit of the doubt that they don't know all of this. Let's see what changes will be made to arrest this fast growing situation, or will they continue to sleep in bed with these oil players? Let's all wait and see. Good night, and God bless all of you. And thank you for listening.
Kaieteur Radio.
Covering Guyana from coast to coast.
Demerara and Essequibo 99.1 FM.
Berbice 99.5 FM. Kaieteur Radio.